Am I excited? I can't believe I landed this interview with Harrison Floyd. He's one of the 18 co-defendants with Trump in the Fani Willis RICO racketeering garbage case. He's going to win. He's got all the receipts, but I just find him a great gentleman and a great guy to hang with. So I wanted to share that with you. You got some insight here. Click on all the links in the show. But welcome to Doug in Exile as we interview Harrison Floyd, part 1.
No, it's good. You look good. Plus,
right.
I like mistakes. Look at your studio. Looks more professional than my brick wall painted. Okay, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, Harrison Floyd, one of the co-defendants on Trump, on the big Trump case out in Fulton County, Georgia. The thing that I always call out about you is, Fani Willis keeps saying this is all about racism. And I don't want to jump to conclusions, but you appear to be a black man.
Did you just assume my identity?
No, I'm going to get sent to human resources. How does it make you feel when she says I know why they targeted me and Nathan Wade. It's because I'm black. But is it fair to make this about race when you're the only black co-defendant of Trump?
Is it Fanny or is it Fani?
Fani. I saw your Boo Boo Bear comment once. That killed me too. You just cracked me up, man. So talk to me about the race angle.
So this is a whole
I know
thing on its own, man.
I've got my she/her coffee mug.
The thing that upsets the district attorney, I think, in just my opinion as a black man, is so it's two different things. One, in the black community, I think just from a history in the community, black women tried to control men by fear. So when you think about raising young black men with single black mothers, this is actually a song by Kendrick Lamar called Fear. So you should check that out because he talks about it. But when it comes to disciplining them, beating them, scaring them, taking them to court for child support, right? Bringing the law involved, leaving them, it's just all sorts of stuff. It's the way that I view, and I think a lot of other black men view, that women try to control black men with fear. And unfortunately for the district attorney, I am a Marine, an infantry Marine. I've been to war a couple times.
Thank you for your service. Tip of the spear there.
A pleasure and a privilege. I compete in combat sports. I'm a martial artist, not a fighter, a martial artist. There's a difference. It's kind of hard to intimidate or scare a guy that is was trained to be inoculated by fear, right? So her initial approach, strategies, techniques, and procedures, they just don't work on me. The second,
you don't look like you're just spewing all over either. You seem like a disciplined man. I could tell, like, my dad was a military man, make the bed, it's tight. and you don't just flame out on everybody. What was your MOS, out of curiosity?
My primary MOS was the 0331. I was a machine gunner. And then I became a primary marksmanship trainer. So I taught Marines how to teach Marines how to shoot. I was also a martial arts instructor trainer. So I taught Marines how to teach Marines how to fight.
What was your martial art discipline?
So in the Marine Corps, it's MCMAP, the Marine Corps Martial Arts Program.
Okay.
But for me personally, outside, it's a combination of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, Muay Thai, and Western style boxing. And then I was also one of the first enlisted information operation planners in the Marine Corps. So it's high-level strategic thinking, taking open source information and also secret information, putting it together and creating tactical plans that involve OPSEC, operational security, psychological operations, military deception, electronic warfare, stuff like that.
Does that strategy help you with your defense?
So I think that job that I had for about 2 or 3 years, kind of like when you go through law school, it changes the way that you think. It definitely did that for me. And that's just the way how I approach everything now. So I think that probably is part of the reason why my defense has been different than others and why we've been a little bit more successful in our approach and why you've seen the district attorney take action specifically against me, because I'm putting out the truth and it's catching and there's no way for her to stop it. And she doesn't know what to do, but try to put the black guy in jail, which is what, she's used to. I'm
bringing this up on screen because I think Harrison Floyd is doing a great job for America. And I hope we can support it. I know I got some people in my audience that have the means to do this, it's important to put your money where the mouth is. The link is in the description. You click it and you can give to this Give, Send, Go account to help with his legal defense fund. It's important to fund this, right? He's already raised $347,000. This is an expensive case that goes up to $650,000. We got to get that number up to help Harrison Floyd out. I know it seems like a lot, but you guys got to imagine this is, especially I want to reach out to my military people. He's a fellow Marine. We want to help this guy win this fight. And so I'd appreciate you guys. Give it a click. Fund Harrison Floyd. Any words about how this money is being used, Harrison?
Judiciously. My lawyer is a very great fiduciary advisor. This money is not coming directly to me. It's going to them. And I think everyone can see how far we've come with just the money that we raised, and we still have a great chunk left over. But there are some really important things coming up that we're going to need to do. So unfortunately, we have to ask again. I promise you two things. One, I'm not going to waste your money. And two, I'm not going to quit and give up.
And then, of course, if you can give a couple bucks or a lot of bucks, let's go. And she got in over her head, is my sense. I think the Democrats thought this was going to be a great plan. And then they saw all these cases roll out and go, holy crank, we did not see the future. This backfired on us. Trump's getting more popular. You guys are all looking like, I think, rational people making good points, and she's coming out trying to just stop you from being an American and having just even a right to your opinion. Forget what you think about the election integrity stuff, because I think there was fishy stuff. You think there's fishy stuff. There's evidence of it all over the place.
No, there was.
But should not anyone be allowed to have an opinion on the election and say it in public?
Well, that also goes to the Civil Rights Act of 1965, where, it allows citizens to not only make legal grievances for disenfranchisement of votes, but also pursue other remedies to rectify it. So, one thing we haven't even gotten to with this case yet is, those types of violations and how these charges violate our civil rights. So,
yeah, speaking of, I heard you on another show talk about this voting civil rights of 1964.
Yes.
Right. And how it cuts both ways. Can you unpack that for me?
Yeah. So let me lay the foundation for you. The state of Georgia has more eligible Black voters than any state in the union.
Mm-hmm.
The highest concentration of those voters is in Fulton County.
Mm-hmm.
The population in Fulton County, it's like about 48 point something percent is Black, and like 36 point something percent is white. So there's more Blacks in Fulton County than there are whites. Mm-hmm. On the night of the election, Fulton County's voter rolls had more eligible voters than there were for the entire population of Fulton County. That's number
right.
one.
How's that work? It's similar. Some of that was going on in Arizona too.
Right.
Just so people know, this is what happens. You have dirty voter rolls. We don't know who these people are.
So that's just the foundation for what I'm about to say, okay, which is all factual and true. It's all public record. It's all coming out in witness testimony and affidavits that's being revealed. So a part of our strategy was saying, well, if you're saying we try to overthrow the election, it had to be a legitimate one. It was not, and we're going to make you prove it.
Allegedly. And in you calling that information out, you're going to get discovery on all this stuff they're trying to cover up, like the Jamie Raskin communications that vanished.
Correct. So
it's hilarious. You're going to win so hard, brother. I hope. If there's justice, go.
They chose this route.
Yeah.
So now we have to walk down it together.
They started, you end it.
Till we get to the end. So God's going to end this. Yeah. So here's what we know so far, and how it correlates to the Voting Rights Act of 1965 and the Civil Rights Act of 1964. 147,000 mail-in ballots were counted, but the county did not do any signature verification on it. So those ballots should not have counted.
That's right.
And that violates state law. They did not provide any form of chain of custody for those mail-in ballots. violate state law.
Yeah.
Do it.
They're illegal again.
Correct. Also, most importantly, for every ballot that's tallied in the state, there's supposed to be a scanned image that's retained of that particular ballot. They did not retain those. They destroyed them, I think is what I want to say is what they admitted to.
But they claimed in court they never did it in the first place, right? Because Judge McAfee said, are we going to rescan those? They said we didn't use the machines.
They were never scanned. Those were never scanned. But the actual ballots that were counted, right? Okay. So the mail-in ballots were just never scanned.
Okay.
Right. And they didn't verify the signatures, right? So there's two
yeah, I get them mixed up between the mail-in and the actual. Okay.
And they didn't provide chain of custody. All right. But from all the ballots, right, that from the election, there's supposed to be a image of these ballots. Mm-hmm. And for some reason they can't find these images. They don't exist. I think they admitted that they destroyed them, which is another violation of state law. So you have all these violations of state law regarding the election and the handling of ballots in a county that's disproportionately black, which means black voters have been disenfranchised, right? So, and either way that you cut it with the 147,000 ballots, right? So let's say, so they counted them. Well, they shouldn't have counted them, right? So you violated the law. Well, let's say they didn't count them, right? Well, now you're still violating it because you didn't verify the signatures so that these people could vote. And this is in a state with a history of violating, particularly blacks, civil rights.
But where's all the Jim Crow people at? Where's Jim Crow 2.0?
That we'll be able to stop this because it is the most pernicious thing. This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
On election denial, where's all those people looking for black civil rights in Fulton County, Georgia, when it cuts back the other way?
They don't care because I don't fit that lane. I'm not a Democrat, obviously. Yeah. I'm not a part of the traditional Republican establishment. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to send me back to the coal mines or get me back on it, make me 12 years a slave, whatever. But sorry, guys.
The jail thing was what scared me because I go, holy cow. What does that feel like to have lawfare come after you? What's that like?
I'll be worried about District Attorney Willis and she can show up in the court wearing her dress the right way.
Yeah, and face you.
And not only that, but my lawyers, my team has been the only ones to beat Fani Willis more than once. She argued my bond revocation in person. We beat her. Then we beat back the revocation. And then we also got the appeal for the jurisdiction for her stepping, out of line. So
yeah. Were you offered a plea?
Yes.
Are you allowed to talk about what the plea was? What the deal was?
I'm not sure if I can. We just didn't respond. What do I need to?
It doesn't matter what it is.
I don't negotiate with terrorists. Yeah, I would love to talk about this project that I'm getting ready to launch. So,
okay. And what was that? I heard about that. That's the.
So if you go to statesmenproject.com, you can read about it. And so the goal is to educate citizens on their constitutional civil rights and what to do if they become victims of lawfare. We want to litigate cases that have a broader impact than just an individual one. The last thing is we want to create sort of a legal brain trust, if you will, that can look at things from 1,000-foot perspective and to be able to assist these people who experience lawfare. So the kind of idea is if somebody gets wrapped up, we already have a partnership with a bail bonds company to get them out. We can set them up with a lawyer for all their pre-trial discovery and stuff, and help walk them through the process of what to expect. But then we also have lawyers who are in different states who have different pieces of the puzzle, if you will, who can come together and kind of help guide, facilitate, advise the lawyers if you want. So that's actually a really dope video with a song that hasn't been heard or released. I don't know if you want to play it or not.
I probably can't play it without getting some kind of a copyright strike on my channel, but I will just.
And I'm just about done. This is the glory. This is
Don't worry about
Oh, that's so good. That is so good, dude. But I got to listen to this off the air because I'll get slammed with a copyright strike.
Do you hear who that is? Do you hear who that is?
It sounds like James Brown.
No, it's not James Brown.
Who is it?
We'll let the fans decide in the comments.
All right, yeah. Leave
but I got the hookup. So
if you guys want to take a guess down there, let us know in the comments below. I will put a link to that, the Statesmen Project, which sounds like Harrison Floyd's one of his big coming up projects on helping other people get legal. It says educate, litigate, activate.
And that was Harrison Floyd Part 1. Aren't you happy to know this guy? What a hero. We're going to have a blast with this guy. There's 2 more episodes to come. So be sure and subscribe, make a comment below, show that you support Harrison Floyd. Let him know there's a patriot out there still rooting for him, praying for him. I'm Doug in Exile.